Hi there. Are you looking for a calm space to find in this turbulent world? Are you looking for more love, more peace, and more abundance in your life? Do you want to wake up each day with greater purpose and feel more fulfilled? If you are, then CSLNJ is the place for you. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey. Over the past 2 decades, our open and affirming community has created a safe space for all to come and be uplifted. I hope you enjoy watching. And if you like what you see, please visit us at cslnj.org.
Is that an Eddie Watkins song?
Yes, it was.
Oh man, I love that man. I'll never forget the first time I saw him on the stage at the Sillamore, and he had been on that stage before, and I was backstage grooving because I was doing some introductions and stuff. But Eddie Watkins Jr. Yeah, they make amazing music. I'm going to read this to you, even though it might not necessarily, it wasn't in my talk initially, but I can't talk about love without thinking about it 100 times over the years. There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that love will not heal, no door that enough love will not open. It makes no difference how outlook, how muddled the tangle, how great the mistake. A sufficient realization of love will dissolve it all. Be the happiest and most powerful being in the world. Not bad for an old white man. So my talk for today is I pledge to love me. And I'm hoping to build a case and one that's not around you feeling like it's self-centered or selfish, because that's not the point. But love is the self-recognition of spirit/God/love/intelligence, whatever you call it. That which ponders upon itself to create through us, one of the ways that we identify this thing is love. And I don't know if you remember the 4 kingdoms of consciousness that we've spoken about over the years a number of times. The first kingdom is the victim kingdom, and that's where things are happening to me. And then the next kingdom is happening by me or with me. And so that's where we start to learn a little bit, I have this power. Oh, I can figure out how to try to use it. It's a little clunky still. That's like a little clunky. That's when we're getting our metaphysical feet wet. And then it's happening through me. That's the third kingdom of consciousness. And that's when we realize, oh, there is this power, this essence, this glory, this amazing intelligence, this inspiration of the all that is. And when through my volition, I call it forth through me, that's juicy. And if that's the only place you've ever gotten to, good for you. It's a good place. But there is a 4th kingdom, and that kingdom is as me, which I know, and I'll just speak in the first person in this moment, where I begin to realize, although I'm going to speak it in the first person on your behalf, where I know with all of the confidence and conviction that I can summon that the Spirit and I are one. It breathes me, it knows me, it activates the beating of my heart. It is in the cells of my body temple. There is nothing about me that is not it. Can I get an amen? Amen. So if this is so, then I want to take care of where that moves and has its being in and through me. It's love as the self, but not the little s, the big S. So affirm with me, I am the living expression of love. Spirit sees itself in me. And I say yes to that vision. Okay. So, wholeness is your birthright. There are sometimes now, I'm a social media person. Sometimes, I have to be, first of all, for my profession, but I might scroll a little bit more than I should. Just, true confession here. And there are sometimes with some of the up-and-coming younger people, I look and I think, oh, they're confident and they're bold and they got it together, and maybe they don't need spirituality, or maybe they don't need God, or maybe they'll never need a therapist, you know. And I look kind of with this through the eyes of hopefulness, that maybe we're finally rearing people that got their shit together, is really what I'm saying, right? But then yesterday I'm driving in a car with my two granddaughters and one of their friends. And they're telling me that they had a sleepover birthday party, my granddaughter did. And while at the birthday party, the girls that were sleeping downstairs decided, well, while my granddaughter's friend, was sleeping, two of the girls decided to take a scissor and cut her hair. I got a little pissed, I gotta be honest. And then they were telling me about this other little girl who, she said, she's a racist. Now these girls are 11, we're having this conversation. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean about that? And they told me what had happened. And it had to do with, whatever. But it wasn't even about African Americans, it was about a Latin person. It doesn't matter, right? But I thought, oh, we're always going to need community. We're always going to need truth. Because if at 11 years old, people are still making decisions like that and hurting people like that, because, you know, part of it, that young girl who had her hair cut, she might at one point just blow it off and just, yeah, whatever. But it takes spiritual maturity to be able to do that. So what I know, because I do this for a living, that's going to land somewhere in her psyche, and it's going to have to be helped or healed at some point. But our birthright is perfection until it gets interrupted by messages, until it gets interrupted by even our own parents, meaning, no, I'm not trashing anybody, but in our errors. You know, I think back in, you know, my learning curve of, as a parent, like, oh God, you know, sorry about that. And yet there are messages that we get that interrupt our remembering that you are freaking perfect. We forget that we're perfect. We forget that we were born with this birthright of health and wealth and joy and all these things. We just forget. So all of this comes down, and I really want you to hear this. Whether you activate it or not inside of you comes down to where you place your attention. Where and how you use your attention and what you focus on. Because every moment of every day, you have a choice to focus on what is working, what is lovely, I went to pick Joe up today from my house in Denville, New Jersey to Kinnelon, where she's staying at the moment. I was in heaven for 20 minutes. The winding roads, grass-lined winding roads. And it just felt like joy. Now that joy is not just mine, and that joy doesn't have to be worked to get, but you and I have got to remember to look for it, because through our observation, when we seek it, we find it. Right? They said, seek and ye will find. So you seek joy, you find it. You seek love, you find it. And all of those things are the result that the more I get to be okay about this thing created as Michelle Wadleigh, the more I can love the essence of me. I'm loving the essence, and I'm going to say it this way for you, translate if you want. I'm loving God. Because if I'm not loving me, I'm not loving God. Because I am God. Thank you for that song, Ty. I am it. You are it. And that's not sacrilegious. It is the fact that every single molecule that is moving, that makes you you, was divinely inspired and created You know how I know? You go and try to do it yourself. I bet you can't. I bet you can't get that sperm to penetrate that egg. I bet you can't grow it. I bet you, of your own mind, your mental mind, your human mind, I bet you don't know how to heal your body. But there is a power available to us and through us that does. And our attention on it is critical. And I'm going to keep using that word because you get to choose. You get to have the discipline of your mind. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to rag on anybody, but if you go down and if you entertain the oh, ain't it awful, that's where you're putting your attention. But when we choose to be part of the healing of all that is, then when I'm looking for good, all my attention's going there and I'm activating it and multiplying it and making it more. So when I say when, because it hasn't always been so that I've loved this. I certainly have criticized myself for my lack of accomplishments. I've criticized myself for my lack of education. I always and continue to criticize myself for my body temple, and I'm trying to get over that one. But the more I retrieve my attention onto what I'm willing to love and accept about myself, the more I can walk in the skin, walk among y'all, walk in the planet, not feeling like I'm in the way. Anybody ever have that feeling like you're in the way, like you don't belong? That's a really crappy feeling. But the more I learn to love God as me, although my new fun term, the way I refer to God now is my maker. I don't know why, I'm just me and my maker, it just sounds like fun, right? So the more I indulge in that relationship, the lighter I walk. And one thing that's happening, people are relating to me differently. My students are relating to me differently because I'm not feeling as awkward. I'm not feeling like I'm in the way. So affirm with me now, my divine birthright is my inheritance of all good. My divine birthright is my inheritance of all good. And the law responds to self-concept. Anybody sitting here before me, if you are dangling and dawdling in self-criticism, stop it. Stop it. I've been trying to get my students to do this. It's in my Substack, on everything. For 30 days, commit to not criticizing yourself at all. And if it slips, catch it, apologize to yourself for it, and choose to love. 30 days in a row and watch what happens. Because here's the thing, if our divine birthright is perfection and wholeness, right? So we come in with that, then our job is not to try to make good, our job is to allow good. Our bodies are meant to heal. But what happens is we get in the way. So we got to get out of the way, and our self-concept can really interrupt the healing process. The law of mind will always reflect your belief system. Always. If your life is in a position right now and you think you're thinking one thing, but it's demonstrating something else, and there's a contrary experience going on, trust me when I tell you, it's demonstrating what's hovering in your subconscious. So that's why it takes 30 days of commitment, because that love is enough to heal the self-concepts. Yes?
Yes.
I affirm with me, please. I believe in the place within me.
I believe in the place within me
Where spirit resides.
where spirit resides.
Choosing self-love is choosing God. Really, really. And I know sometimes over the years, and maybe yourself, me, but not for a long time, but maybe we struggle with the word God or the concept. So right now, what word works for you? Is it just love? If it's love, let it be love. If it's spirit, intelligence, universe, mind, whatever it is, know that when we are choosing self-love, we are choosing to align with this essence that wants you to be you. Your most precious, expressed, unadulterated, undefended you. Joe and Marcy were at my house a couple of weeks ago, and we were having a conversation, and somewhere I said something about assholes in the world. I don't know. If the sound's not working, it doesn't matter. I'm not being recorded.
Well, they can hear you now.
And Joe, I forget. Show me.
Well, I don't believe it.
Oh. And Joe said to me quite spontaneously, he goes, well, I'm going to say it again. He says, well, you've been an asshole to me a couple times over the years. I went, oh. And I thought, oh, I want to know that. Now, I want you to know on 2 occasions since then, I have apologized. Because that's not what I want to leave in the room. And when we get to know ourselves more, I'm clear that wherever I am, I want to be a safe place. And so if I haven't been a safe place, especially to anybody here, I apologize. But that comes out of loving God as me. Because as my relationship develops with my maker, I love that term, as I get along more with my maker, and it's good to have some humor about it, by the way. It's good to come up with something that's fun and amusing. But the more I'm in that relationship, the more I'm honoring the space that I take up. You following me? Affirm with me. Well, no, actually, one thing I'm going to say to you about that first. Self-love becomes a spiritual practice and a devotional act. And I got news for you. If you love yourself enough, you're a rebel in just being in your own skin. Because the world and the planet is filled with people that don't, because that's how hatred and all the isms exist. Last night I watched a movie in this, Neil, that movie last night you asked me about, it was based on a true story. I didn't know that when I started watching it. It was called The Order, and it was about this FBI agent who went in to investigate an Aryan nation cult that was developing in the West. It wasn't easy to watch because the vitriol, thank you. The vile energy, it was tough to watch. It was back in the 1980s. That can't exist when you and I or others have a thorough relationship of love, self-love. Because from this place of love, I could never wish anybody harm. I can't wish you harm if I'm living in that skin. You got that? So go back to the story about my granddaughter's sleepover. When I was thinking about those girls, and I was annoyed at first, and I thought to myself, wow, they're going to have to at some point, because you know you did things as a kid that you feel bad about. That's going to follow them. So that moved me from being annoyed to being compassionate kind of quickly. And even that young girl that was speaking in a racist way, I thought, that might be what her parents are very likely, because we don't get that out of nowhere. Racism is not automatic and natural, it's learned. And so I thought, oh, when she wakes up, it's going to be hard. Because when you wake up from those things, it's hard, you know, and there's a lot of shame that goes with that. But what I want to leave you with about that, though, is I even told my granddaughter and her friend, they need compassion, that those people need compassion. They don't need further judgment and criticism of us. Because when I judge, I'm investing in that judgment. Do you get that? When I judge, when I find fault, when I'm so sure and righteous about my opinion about how somebody is screwed up, that's my investment. That's my investment in something that's not going to work. Affirm with me, please. By loving myself, I honor the infinite within me. I am a vessel of sacred love. Doesn't that sound juicy? Just for a moment, just imagine that relationship you have with yourself and that you have with the divine as you. Just think about it almost like your own secret love affair, and how that would show in your life and how you treat other people. And lastly, I want to say there is no private good. You've heard me say that before, I believe. And what that means is, as you go, so goes the vibration that you emanate. Any good we do in any one place is good done everywhere, because we are always impacting the whole. And right now, every conscious, self-aware, healing individual needs to be that presence and that a powerful, powerful source of love. These communities that we are in, we are part of the healing of what's going on. And it looks now like it's not healing. There's still that disruption going on. But face it, you know, when you stare someone down long enough, they get scared and they have to go running. But that's because love is coming up in the ranks, and truth is coming up through the ranks. And people are gathering to say, okay, this is not okay with us. We, the conscious people, need to walk, talk, and act from the place of power that we are cultivating. Hear that. We, the conscious people, need to walk, talk, and act from the place of power that we are cultivating and that we want to cultivate. You can relax. You can gossip if you want. You can bitch, moan, and complain if you want. There's no police around you. But you have to ask yourself, do I want the result of that activity? Do I want what comes with that? And when you ask yourself that, I can almost guarantee that you will redirect your attention, because we never live outside of that which we emanate. Affirm with me, please. I am a powerhouse of possibility.
I am a powerhouse of possibility.
For myself, my family, my community,
For myself, my family, and my community,
my country, and the planet.
my country, and the planet.
Now, something I've been doing lately, which is kind of fun, I just love this. Maybe there were times I wish I was Christian or Catholic or whoever used to do this, but I want to do a call and response because I love that. Your response is, I pledge to love me. Okay? Let's just say that once.
I pledge to love me.
No more waiting for permission.
I pledge to love me.
I release the lies I was taught to believe.
I pledge to love me.
I am not broken, I am becoming.
I pledge to love me.
Every part of me is worthy of tenderness.
I pledge to love me.
I see the divine in my reflection.
I pledge to love me.
I choose myself, not someday, but now.
I pledge to love me.
And finally, this is my sacred yes to wholeness.
I pledge to love me.
Let's do that last one again with great enthusiasm. This is my sacred yes to wholeness.
I pledge to love me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So, let's close this with the spiritual mind treatment. I speak this word for each person here right now. I speak it not as myself, Michelle, but the I am of me. I speak it recognizing that the power, the presence, the love, that ebb and flow of good that is my divine birthright is the divine birthright of each individual listening right now, listening at another time. And I declare that each one of us, as we raise up together, as we rise up in consciousness together, that the love and the vibration of who we are emanates and it impacts everything around us. Everything. I believe in who we are. I believe in the presence of love as us. I believe that each individual here has healing consciousness. And it is stunning. I believe in the place where we come to love ourselves exactly as we are and as we are not. If you are willing to love yourself in that way, speak a sacred yes into the room.
Yes.
For this good, so much more, I am grateful. And so it is. Prayer works.
Yes, it do.
God responds.
Yes.
And sometimes we have a walking, talking testimony. So our precious sister today wanted to come up and say a couple of words. Joe Christiana.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has prayed for me, to everyone who has sent any loving vibrations my way. I know without a doubt, that it is love that heals all the time. And this love is right here, all through my journey. All I keep hearing inside of me is God is here. God is here. Love is here. God and love are here in me, all around me, and working through me continuously and tirelessly. I am so grateful for God, for love, for this community that I'm a walking miracle. That is all that I can say. Truly a miracle. People who have had what I have had mostly do not walk out of the hospital. And that is such a humbling thing. And I know without a doubt, it is God, it is love. And all I can say to everybody here is just keep loving yourself. Just keep loving everybody. Just keep love alive. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're just going to do an extra blessing for this beloved being known as Joe Christiana. Let us be the presence of love when and if you forget. Let us recognize her perfection. Let us recognize her ability to heal 100%, to walk, to talk, to be free in her body temple, and know that God and God alone allows and has this happen. We are simply the vessel through which this faith and this conviction happens. Joe, know that you are loved by this community and supported in every way. And God, as us, wraps our arms around you each and every day. For this and so much more, I'm grateful. And so it is.
And so it is. Yes.
We keep talking about this community. Yes. It is wonderful. And prayer works no matter what, all the time. But it really does help that we have a way of sharing that now on the WhatsApp and all those things that we do, that it can be seen, it can be felt even more vividly. So thank God that we have that as well. Technology occasionally really helps us. Not always, but now is the time for gratitude and to show our gratitude with our conscious giving affirmation. There is a bowl in the back, but there are so many different ways to give, and we are grateful for everything that has been given in order to help sustain this community and sustain our opportunity to love each other and help each other all the time. Times of difficult challenges, yes, but all other times as well. So please, you may be on vacation, you may be at the beach, because I can see you're not here. I can see. Please keep up with your pledges in order to keep us going forward. It is really important. So if you would, please read along with me our conscious giving affirmation. I bless this gift that I give today. I give this gift from my heart, and I give it mindfully. May my gift go further to heal, prosper, and bless this center and all who enter. I accept all good that comes as a result of this flow, knowing that it returns to being multiplied abundantly, and so it is. So, what do we have going on? Well, we are on Zoom only next week, and we will have Reverend Joel with us. He's going to talk to us about...
It's his birthday tomorrow.
Oh!
Happy birthday, Reverend.
Happy birthday there. I did not know that. He's going to talk to us about the path to joy. So that should be a very, very good session. What we have coming up, the month of August, we do have something in the month of August, don't we? We have with Reverend Michelle, the Spiritual Living Insights with Reverend Michelle, which are 90-minute workshops on points of focus from some of the books that you are probably heard about and might be interested in. And on August 16th, there will be one that is being done for You're a Badass. And you can get that in the newsletters. The links are there or on the website. Then there's another one in September on the book Learning to Trust Yourself. So there's a lot there. Also, we have coming in the fall a basic class called Activate, which is Science of Mind Essentials for a Brilliant Life. If you haven't taken a course in the basics of Science and Mind, this is the class to take. This is a fantastic opportunity to see how it really is presented in a classroom, in a learning environment where you really do study it. If you have taken this, take it again. I mean, I've been through, probably 3 different times taking these sort of basic classes, and every time I see it differently, and I learn something new, and I'm re-inspired for using this teaching. And then we have coming up Living Fully Now, Purpose, Presence, and the Power of Here. This is a follow-up to the Immortality class. It's all about learning to live happy here and now without fear. We will also have coming up a class that hasn't been put out there yet, but it's going to be run by Beth. And Beth, did we get a title on that class?
Yes, sort of ish. So, but,
Can you leak it?
We want to call it Death with Beth.
Yes.
but finding
Peace and presence at the end of life. For those of you who don't know, Beth is a end-of-life doula. And there's a lot of things that get covered with this in terms of the practical approaches, things that need to be addressed, and that information will be coming out sometime soon. And I believe there's actually going to be an interview and a podcast with Beth about this topic. So you want to make sure that, is that going to be on your Substack?
Yeah, my Substack.
On Michelle's Substack. We'll let you know when it comes out, but soon that'll be out and you'll be able to hear Beth talk about this directly. So thank you all for being here. And thank you all for hanging in there online if you're still there. I apologize. But let's sing us out.
All right. I think this song is a perfect closing for today. And we're going to take this time to dedicate this song to the people who mentioned this word miracle today. To Beth, to Joe, to Beth, and also to Neil. Miracles, walking miracles right here. Here we go. I expect a miracle right now, a miracle today, a miracle. I receive a miracle right now, a miracle today. go. Today.
At the Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, we believe in empowering individuals to discover their inner strength and their connection to divine life. Through our supportive community, transformative workshops, and uplifting services, we provide a safe space for personal growth and spiritual exploration. Whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper understanding of life's mysteries, our center offers practical tools and timeless wisdom to help you thrive. Join us in creating a more diverse, compassionate, and kind world. Your world, the way you want to create it.